So in this video, sorry, in this video, let me just close this. In this video, we're going to be making the rock paper scissors like this one. Okay, so I already uh wrote the code for this program last week, and you can see I already hosted it on cloud pages and cloudflare pages. So this page is live right now and is working perfectly well. So if I click this, it shows. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be creating these rock paper scissors from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to be creating this functionality again. It's going to show everything as you can see. So basically, even as I'm clicking on, so this is rock. As I'm clicking on rock, it's saying human choose rock, and then I'm getting the computer to choose randomly. So it says computer or this robot icon represents computer. So it's saying computer chose scissors, and it's going to compare the two, rock and scissors. So rock wins. That is why he's saying to win, and that is why it incremented my score by one, and then it decremented this one by the computer score by one. So if I click paper, and so the paper now I lose because I chose paper and the computer chose scissors. So that's going to be -1 for me, and then +1 for the computer. And the cool thing is, if I click this red button, it's going to clear the whole screen. See, yeah. So we're going to be working with this, and then it will be fun. So let me go to my VS Code and make this live. Okay, go live now. Okay, so this is what we're going to be coding on. So basically, we have the HTML part written for us already, HTML and CSS parts written for us already. So all we have to do is just work on the functionality. Okay, as you can see, it's not working right now, but this one is working perfectly well. So let's get to work. Okay, so this is the code for the one that I've done. So this is the code and everything. So I'll be doing this one from scratch. Okay, so you like get stuck somewhere, just know that this is live, or even I'm trying to like peep uh look at this code, just know that, yeah. So let's get into it. So basically we have these comments written for us to make our life easier. I like to see them as train wheels. So these are the functions that we're going to be writing. We're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to write in 6 functions, and all of them have a specific thing that it all do. So for this first one that says get computer choice. So basically, what we're going to be doing this function is we're going to create a function that gets the computer to choose um, either to choose between rock, paper, scissors, okay, randomly, and that's going to be random. So I'm going to first create an array. Let me say const. Let me call it rock, paper, choices equals to rock, paper, scissors. Then I'm going to turn this into a string. So this one. And then we're going to loop through. I'm going to loop through this array and then get the computer to choose randomly. So I'm going to then say something like so to make the computer choose randomly, we're going to use a method known as math.random, and then multiply by the number of items in the arrays, which is 3. So this math.random is going to choose a number between 0 and 1. For example, let's say, let me say console. And then this, that one. I mean, it's supposed to give me a number between 0 and 1. It's not okay. But basically, it's going to give you a long number. You're going to give something like every time you run, you give something like 0. Um, it can give something like 0.90994 blah blah blah. So basically, that's what this method. Let me just log. And if I basically if I say Mathematical minus 3, it's going to give me a number between 0 and 3. 0 and 3. Okay, but it will never give me 3. Coming. So basically, on this code now, it's just give me a number. So it's just give me either 0, and now it's being decimal, 0 point something, blah, blah, blah. Right? It give me 0, it can give me 1 point something, it can give me 2 point something. So basically, it's being decimal form, and we don't want that. So we're going to do something like math.flow. So this one is going to like round whatever number it chooses, or whatever number it selects, it's going to round it down. Say for example, if your mother random calls the number, calls let's say 2.84 blah 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 blah. So this math.flow is then going to change it into 2. Okay, it's going to change it into 2. Okay, so that's basically it. And I'm going to save this into we're going to say computer just say random say this and then I'm going to say RPS choices. So let's console log this. Let's see it was not console log. Undefined. Okay. Seems I made a mistake. Basically, you should be returning. For example, if the mother random picks something like 2, it should be something like RPS 2, which is not going to be scissors, but it's not working. Let me check. Undefined. Okay. Line 24. This. Let me see. What's the mistake? RPS this. Something's wrong. It's basically the same thing here. There's a mistake in my code. This is the code I wrote last week. Let me see, I need to check. Get computer choice. Okay, this code is broken. Oh, Aaron. Okay, rock. Let's choose on the rock. Okay, before it shows people. So what's wrong? Math.flow, then math random. Let's see. I mean, this is just the beginning. I'm already math. Let me copy the code and see if there is a mistake. Let's see. RPS, work, paper, scissors, computer tribulous to math.flow. Code is the same there. Okay, I've seen a mistake. I'm supposed to return what is perfect. I was wondering what was wrong. So now let me read the code again. What's wrong? Now it's working. You can see people. You can see scissors. Why this thing is called? You can see rock. You can see scissors. So let me close the terminal. And then this. So this function is working now. And now, for the second function, what we're going to do is going to compare player choice and then the computer choice, and then we're going to return the result, the score. So if player wins, it should return 1. If player loses, it should return -1. If player draws, or if it is a draw, it should return 0. So basically, and remember, we're not trying to just output the player score. We are going to show the both scores, both the player score and the computer score. So for this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be returning an object instead of just returning. I mean, don't let me confuse you. Let me just write the code. So I'm going to say let player score. I'm going to declare player score and computer score. Okay, and then we're going to say then now. Okay, so now we're good for this part. I'm going to write all the instances where player wins. So if player choose rock and the computer chose scissors, it's going to win. If player chose paper and the computer chose rock, player is going to win. And the score is going to be the player score is going to be 1, the computer is going to be -1. So the last instance is if player chose scissors and the computer chose paper, the player score is going to be 1 and the computer score is going to be -1. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing this in these under these comments. So this that what it means, like when it says all situations where human draws or set score to all situations where human wins set score to 1. Okay, I'm going to make use of if else ifs statements here. Okay, and after that we do like otherwise we're going to do something like else set score to -1, set your player score to -1. So for this one we're going to write something like we're going to set for all the cases where it's a draw. Okay, so basically we are just going to say if player choice is equals to computer choice, it should set the score to 1. So we're going to say if player choice equals to computer choice, it should say it should let score be equals to 0. Okay, and now we're going to say else if okay as soon as it comes it's going to put the condition else if player choice equals to that's double equals because the single equals is an assignment operator, but this double equals is going to be equals to means equals to. So let me say if player choice equals to rock, and we're going to now use logical or, which is 2 ampersand. So if player choice equals to rock and computer choice equals to scissors, you should set score. Okay, I shouldn't use the score. You should say player score is equals to 1. Okay, and then the computer score equals to -1. So to see so I'm just going to like copy and paste to save time. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to make okay. I'm just going to change this one to scissors, and then I'll change this one to paper, and then I'll change this one to paper, no, rock, and I'll change this one to paper. So every time the player wins, so you're going to return player score to be 1, and then it sets the computer score to be -1, and then we're going to say else if these conditions, if none of these conditions work, it works, you know, you should just say player score is equals to -1, and then computer score equals to 9. So basically, if it is not a draw, and neither of these cases is true, okay, that is the human does not win. Abi did not win, does not win. I don't know. So if the human does not win, basically, and it's not a draw, basically the only option remaining is that the player lost. Okay, that is why we have this else statement. And once the player loses, it's going to be -1. Once the player loses, it's going to be -1. And then for the computer, that means that the computer wins. So that's going to be 1 for the computer. Okay, that's okay. Okay, let me just copy this. Let me just copy this and copy this statement. Okay, let me bring it here. Bring it here. Okay. Okay, and otherwise return 1. So this is where we have the otherwise. So I'm just going to say this. Okay, no. I'm just going to have this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then once it is done, we're going to say should return score. But this one we're going to say return. So it's going to return object. You're going to return an object. It's going to be score, comma, C score. So let's run this in the console and see if all these works it's correct. So get results, player choice. So let's give the player choice, let's say rock, and then the computer choice. Let's say, I don't know if I should call this function. Okay, let me just say computer choice. Let me just say scissors, and then okay, it's not working. Okay, all right. I'm supposed to say console log. Don't mind it. Okay, got the right done again. So I wanted to click Control Alt N. Okay, now it's okay because in this case, player wins, so the player score is 1. But let me call our function, the function that we wrote up there. So get computer choice, and let's see alpha. Okay, it's working. But what if I actually want to see the computer choice? Let me say const equals to get computer choice, and then I'm going to log. Then I'm going to say console log comp. Okay, and then I'm just going to put comp here. Is that correct? Let's see. Okay, that's a mistake. Okay, so the player chose scissors and we chose rock. So we won. For this previous one we lost because player we chose rock, and then the computer chose paper. So yeah, it's working out. The function that we wrote are working perfectly. So this one is for the DOM. This function is going to like show you're going to output the whole thing to the screen, but we're going to come back there for a minute. Yeah, let's just do something. Let's do. Okay, so this function basically is the one that will get the player choice. Okay, we cannot get the player choice. We only get the player choice when the player clicks on these icons. Okay, so that's what that function is going to be doing. It's going to be getting the value. It's going to be getting what the player clicks on. Right now, I'm clicking on paper on scissors. So it's going to be getting the player choice from the screen. Okay, and with passing some of our functions here. How do I write? I'm coming. There's a way. Okay, you first get the player choice and set score. So that's going to be const. This function we're going to be passing in three functions. We're going to be passing in three functions. No, like I said before, even me, I'm confusing myself. Excuse me. How many minutes is this? 21. Okay. So like I said, this function is going to be getting the player choice, and then we're going to be passing it into. We're going to be calling this function here. This show results in this function. Okay, and it has scope apparatus. It's taking three parameters: score, player choice, computer choice. We already know computer choice. We already created score. We already know score from this function here. Okay, but this player choice is what we're trying to do here. Okay, and for this function also we're also going to be calling it in display game function. Okay, this is what will make all the buttons active, because as I said, it make the rock paper scissors buttons actively listen for a click and do something once a click is detected. Okay, so RPS means rock paper scissors, so that's what it's being function. So first of all, let me get the computer choice. So that's going to be computer choice because the function that we created earlier gets computer choice, and then let me get the score. Like I said, we're going to be passing everything. We're going to be calling this function, this show result function. Function. I'm going to be calling it in this on-click RPS function. So that is why I'm creating this variable, so I can then pass in the parameters there. So I'm going to say score. No, let me just say let score. How are we going to do this? So let's go to let score. Okay, first of all, I think I first need to create an object for the total score. Let's say let total score. Like this total score is what is going to be what's going to be showing this. Okay, so I'm going to say let total score this goes to I'm going to say so this is going to be an object. Your score. Is this right? Okay, player score, computer score. Yeah, so this is the code I've written before. I'm just going to set this to zero. So since this function is returning player score and computer score, I'm going to call the function here and set it to score. So I'm going to get result. I'm going to pass in player choice. this computer choose I'm passing is this one right here. So then I'm going to say for the total score, the total score, the score. I just wanted to score. Oops, I'm coming. So let's play. So computer score plus score dot score, and then let's call this function show results. Let's see. I'm going to pass in the score object, then player choice, then computer choice. Should it be computer choice? Yes, computer choice. So basically, I'm saying I called this function and I put it inside this variable computer choice, and then I called this get result function. This one I created right here, and then I put inside this score. So this get result is returning an object. It's returning an object with p score and c score properties. Okay, and I'm saving it inside this score. So now this score variable or whatever it is now an object. Okay, and like I said, this get result is returning an object. It's an object with p score properties. It's one c score properties and c score properties. Okay, so and now this score is now object, so I can now access these properties, okay, by saying something like score dot p score. Okay, so if it returns, like for example, let me open the terminal. Earlier, so basically this is what the function that get result function, this is what it returns. And now since I already set this get result function to score variable, now it now makes that this score an object itself. So I can now access these properties by saying score, using this object notation, score dot p score and score dot c score. Okay, and that is why I'm equating the values, and that I'm equating the value. So I'm saying score dot p score, which means the value. I'm equating the value to this. I'm adding the value to this total score that I just created. Total score dot player score stuff that I just created, and I'm doing the same thing for this computer score. I don't know if I'm making sense. And now for this one, so this is what is going to make our project, our app work. Okay, this function is what's going to make our app work. But first of all, I'm going to get all the buttons, all the buttons, and I'm going to do something called, I'm going to save them in a variable. I'm going to call RPS buttons. I'm going to say document. I'm going to use query select. I'm going to say query selector or let's see, let me check this. So I'm going to call this class RPS button. And then I'm going to go and then I'm going to add and click. You want this now to what this. I'm coming. I want to take a break. Okay. So I'm going to add an on click. I'm going to add on click event listener to this button. So each of this button, and for that I'm going to be using a for loop. Okay. Basically, what I'm saying is, as I'm clicking these buttons, it's detecting that I'm clicking. So I want to make it like as I'm clicking them, I want to make it like as I'm clicking it, it detects the click and it does something when I'm clicking it. So that's what I want to do right now. So I'm just going to say RPS, and I'm going to use the loop a loop to detect every one of them. So detect this first one, detect this one. Just say RPS button dot for each. So that must be for each button. So I need to say RPS button. Then I want to do something. Okay. That will be RPS button dot click. Takes no point. I'm just going to call this function where it is. Click. Okay, simply attributes. So I'm getting the value of everything that the player that the user is clicking. So this is instructions. You want to look through the buttons using a for each loop. Add an event, add an on click event button. Call the on click RPS function that I just did every time someone clicks, and then number 4, make sure to pass the currently selected button as an argument, which I just did. Okay. I even think these comments explain things better than I better than me. Okay. I think that was all for that. And then for this one, we're going to add a click listener to the end game button. Okay, this red button. Come on. This red button right here. Right now should basically, like I said before, should end the game. I mean, it should clear the whole screen. Okay. So I'm just going to add an event listener. I'm going to say okay, first of all, I need to get the class. Okay, the ID. So come back here and say no. Document const end game. Document dot get element by ID. This. Okay, so I'm just going to say end game button dot on click. Then just call this function right here. I'm going to do that function. Then this. So it does it. Now our functions are working well, and now we just have to like pass them. I'm going to like show one of them in our DOM on the screen. Okay. Okay, so it says on the score of -1, you should do result or inner text you lose. Okay, don't forget to grab the div with the result ID. So result ID. So let me first do that. Do const result div equals to document dot get element by result. So I'm going to be grabbing the 3 and player score. Copy this let's say to be, and then it's going to be player score. So let's score this one. Okay, my laptop is getting hot. Let me check the temperature. It's not really hot, 29 degrees. and div. I'm going to still just say this one score div. Okay, because I'm not really returning the player score, I'm returning both the player score and the computer score. So now I'm going to say if score dot weight. Is that correct? Let me check. Let me check. Yeah. Score dot this. Sorry, comment. Score dot player score is equals to 1. It should say result div dot inner text equals to you when else if score dot p score equals to 0. Tactics. I'm tired of typing. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I want to copy. But I get the idea. So you lose. Okay, this one tactics. You know what? I'm tired of hearing these snaps. Let me upload it. Okay. And once that's done, it should. Okay. No. It should understood that text. It should say your score template literals. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a bit tired. That's why. Then vertical bar. Computer. Of course, I'm supposed to be writing here. Computer score this. Computer choice. Right. And then the score D. Forget the score D dot inner text. I was not showing the score D. What am I doing? So I should have failed. just feel tired. I'm sorry, I'm copying my line of code. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this is working. Nope. Okay. 906. That's a mistake. It should be this dribble, not player choice. This is a dribble player, right place button. Let's see. Okay. At least it's working. Wow, I mean, teaching is no, I mean, is it even teaching? Just talking like it's tiring. I mean, I've been talking for how many minutes is this? This is 41. I think I should end this thing on this 45 minutes. Now our code is working the way we want it to. So we say you lose correct. The only thing that left is this button. Let me just copy paste. Basically, I'm just going to get okay, I don't want to copy paste. So I'm just gonna edit this. And then I'm going to set everything to blank. Just leave it. Okay. Yes, just everything to blank. Result div dot text. That text equals to blank. I'm just going to copy it to change this one to blank. Change this one to score. Actually working. This one is working the way we expect it to. Then yeah, the button is working. Oh, so yeah, it's working. This is when I deployed. Okay, yeah, it's working now, and that's the end. Oh, finally, I can go and rest. So I'm going to link to the GitHub repo in the description box. Yeah, so make sure to check it out. Bye bye.